Well, many people would love to see Chris Evans return, and there have been long-running rumors about a potential Nomad project. And now, some new evidence seems to have emerged that could indeed be in the works. Let's take a couple minutes to break it all down, talk about what this could look like, and why bringing Nomad to the MCU could actually be a pretty big deal. Now, before we do that though, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button and ring the bell for all the updates. We do daily Marvel and DC videos, and we want to be your place for all the superhero news, but we're going to bring it to you truthfully and transparently so you are in the know. Well, the last time we saw Chris Evans' version of Captain America was at the end of Avengers Endgame. We know he stepped on the time platform to return the Infinity Stones to their rightful place, and then ultimately he decided to stay in the past and grow old with Peggy Carter, which was one heck of an ending. Now, he did return as Old Man Cap and passed the shield forward to Sam Wilson, who obviously is now our current Captain America. Now, since then, we've seen nothing of Evans, and we're still unsure how his trip back in time worked within the confines of the multiverse. But it's clear to me Marvel has been playing coy on the story because they might have had some plans in the work and just didn't know which way Evans was going to go. Now we got a new report via Murphy's Multiverse, and obviously this isn't from Marvel Studios, so we want to take it with a grain of salt, but it does appear their project still might have some life. Nomad itself has never been officially announced by the studio, but we have found trademark filings for the character, specifically Marvel Studios' Nomad, and it turns out those trademarks were some of the few trademarks Marvel kept alive when they recently trimmed up several of the potential projects. Now, this doesn't mean it's absolutely going to happen, but it is somewhat of a promising update. And Murphy's Multiverse had a pretty interesting quote on their site when they said, Marvel Studios filed one of these for Nomad, and while they let all the other trademarks die, this one remained alive and well. In fact, the studio has taken measures to extend the trademark on several occasions, including recently. Now, if you go back in time a little bit, there was a rumor about Chris Evans returning in this particular project, and that he could potentially co-star alongside Scarlett Johansson. We also know Scarlett Johansson has some project with Marvel Studios that's super top secret. So now I'm starting to wonder if they are indeed one and the same. If these rumors turn out to be true, well, we might get quite the different version of the character, but I suspect if he does come back to Marvel Studios, it'll follow the adventure of him returning the Infinity Stones. Now, Steve Rogers took up the mantle of Nomad from Captain America 180 to 183 during a temporary hiatus as Captain America. Now, there have been multiple iterations of the character, and it is possible Marvel is planning to tell that story. But quite honestly, I feel like this title will definitely refer to Captain America's portrayal as a literal nomad as he travels through time, returning the Infinity Stones before he eventually ends up with Peggy Carter. This would be a great way for Chris Evans to return without undermining his last appearance in Avengers Endgame. He would still end with that Peggy Carter moment, but it would allow us to see what happens during all those adventures, and really, quite specifically, many of us want to see what happens with the Soul Stone, because as you remember, that was guarded by the Red Skull. And Captain America re-encountering the Red Skull on Vormir? Well, that would be one heck of a story. Obviously, this has not been confirmed by anybody as of yet, but I do love the idea, and with Scarlett Johansson having this top secret project, I think all the pieces seem to be coming together. It's obviously far from confirmed, but it should get us pretty excited, and hopefully we know a little more sometime soon.